1960s, the television network ABC got a hair under its to build an aquatic-based zoological park, providing guests with a number of live performances and an up-close personal interaction with live sea life. So they decided, yeah, that's a great idea, let's do it. And the site chose was in Redwood City, California, about 30 miles south of San Francisco and 30 miles northwest of San Jose. Construction began in the middle of 1966, and 2 years later, in June of 1968, Marine World opened to the general public. The park was a mediocre success at first, and ABC immediately began looking for other options, such as selling the whole thing in general. In 1972, Ralph Helfer, who owned a similar park nearby called Africa USA, which instead of marine life, his park consisted of land-based animals. Well, he heard that ABC was looking to sell, and he formed a partnership with Resorts International, and together they purchased Marine World. So he literally combined the two parks on the Marine World location, redesigned the layout, and included his African zoo, and the park quickly reopened as Marine World Africa USA. Now I will say this place looked pretty cool. There was animals just walking about with no given. By the end of the 70s, Resorts International decided it wasn't profitable enough, and they sold the park. And the park was now under the control of the nonprofit group known as the Marine World Foundation. By 1985, the land in which the park sat on became super valuable, and the taxes killed the thing. So the decision was made to keep the park open, as by this time it kind of became a Northern California staple. So they thought outside the box, and literally just picked up shop and moved 55 miles north in a town called Vallejo. Now, after some hefty-sized loans handed out by the city and an incredibly fast relocation and construction process, the park reopened in its new location. And it operated on this site under the Marine World Africa USA name for the next 10 years. But by 1996, the bills piled up pretty high, and the Marine World Foundation defaulted on their loans to the city of Vallejo. Therefore, the city took full ownership of the park. Now, to the city's credit, they did envision the park as more of a zoological and an amusement park combo. And in 1997, they hired Premier Parks to operate the park and transform the property into what they envisioned it to be. In that year, they added a new kids area known as Popeye's Seaport, and the park's very first, quote, thrill ride in Dinosphere, a 3D motion simulator attraction. 1998 saw the park renamed to the new Marine World theme park. They also got an load of new attractions, and I mean an load, including Boomerang Coast to Coaster, a Vekoma Boomerang model, Kong, a Vekoma SLC, coming over from Opryland, USA, where it operated as Hangman, some bumper cars known as the Boardwalk Bumper Buggy, a pirate ship known as the Ark, some teacups known as Monkey Business, Jambo, a Zamperla Joker model, a Ferris wheel known as Round the World Ferris Wheel, and a pair of Top Thrill flat rides, Hammerhead Shark, a Zamperla Hawk model, and Voodoo, a Huss Top Spin. By the end of 1998, the theme park industry got shook to its core, as Time Warner sold all of the Six Flags parks to Premier for $1.8 billion, and Premier, pushing all their chips in and laying their out on the table, also purchased Marine World from the city of Vallejo. And the following year, in 1999, the park was officially renamed Six Flags Marine World. Also that year, the park continued to receive more attractions, including a Huss Frisbee known as the Tasmanian Devil, a pair of Intamin water rides, one shoot-the-chutes known as Monsoon Falls, the other a rapids attraction known as Whitewater Safari, also a kids roller coaster known as Roadrunner Express, but most importantly a GCI wooden roller coaster known as Roar, standing 94 feet tall and reaching speeds of 50 miles per hour. To close out the operating season, we saw the debut of Fright Fest in the park, Six Flags' annual Halloween extravaganza. The new millennium saw Premier Parks change their company name to Six Flags Theme Parks Incorporated. We also saw the park receive a family coaster, a Zaire Tivoli model known as Cobra. But more importantly, the park received a 150-foot tall B&M floorless coaster, one of the first ones ever, only the third one ever built, Medusa. In 2001, the park opened Vertical Velocity, a 186-foot tall Intamin Impulse coaster. Now, it only operated this way for 1 year, and it was closed the following year because the city of Vallejo imposed a 150-foot tall ride height limit. So the ride was modified, the towers were tilted because they were vertical when they originally opened, and reopened later that year at 150 feet, complying with the city's height requirement. In 2003, the park added Zonga, an Anton Schwarzkopf custom looper coming over from Six Flags Astro World, where it operated as the Texas Tornado. And that ride only lasted 2 years, and due to insane maintenance issues and downtime, it was removed. and it was sold to a national fair in Mexico known as Isla San Marcos Parque Tematico, where it operated as Tsunami from 2008 to 2016, where it's been in storage ever since. 2006, the park added a new children's area called Tava's Jungle Land. That year also saw the removal of Jumbo. 2007 saw the park rebranded and renamed, and was now known moving forward as Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. We also saw the removal of the Round the World Ferris wheel and the addition of another children's area in Thomastown. And at the end of the year, we saw the operating season extended, and we got the debut of Holiday in the Park, Six Flags' annual Christmas time celebration. 2008 saw the addition of Tony Hawk's Big Spin, a Gersh-Lauer spinning coaster. Love those rides, can't go wrong with them. 2009 saw Six Flags file for bankruptcy because it's Six Flags. They did emerge from it the following year. Now around 2011, most of the intellectual properties were starting to be dropped, and Thomastown was now known as the Seaside Junction, and Tony Hawk's Big Spin was renamed to Pandemonium. And that only lasted 1 year, and Pandemonium was removed in 2012 to make way for something new, something first of its kind. And I'm talking about Superman the Ultimate Flight, the very first premier Skyrocket 2 model ever built. There's a lot of them out there nowadays. This one was the original. 2014 saw the addition of a mock twist and splash known as Tsunami Soaker. 2015 saw the park receive Daredevil Chaos Coaster, one of my least favorite rides you can find at a Six Flags park because they belong in carnivals. And that year was also the final year of Roar, as it closed down during the off-season and got the RMC treatment, and reopened the following year as Joker, and is now easily the best ride in the park. Also in 2016, the Tsunami Soaker was renamed to Penguin. 2017 saw a pair of flat ride removals as we said goodbye to Voodoo and the Tasmanian Devil, but the park received an awesome flat ride in return, and we got Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth as Amperla Giant Discovery, arguably my favorite kind of flat rides in existence. 2018, the park got a roller coaster edition in Harley Quinn Crazy Coaster, a Skyline Attractions Skywarp model. Yeah. 2019 saw Vertical Velocity renamed to Flash Vertical Velocity, a cheap way to inject some IP. And also we got the addition of Batman the Ride, an SNS 4D free spin coaster. Yeah, they're f***ing everywhere, but those are they're pretty fun rides. 2020 saw the removal of the Harley Quinn Crazy spin coaster, and what a shocker. I mean, someone actually okayed this thing to be built. 2022 will see the addition of the Sidewinder Safari as Amperla spinning coaster, perfect for families. I think a good addition to this park. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom has had one roller coaster ride of a history. It's overlooked within the Six Flags family of parks. It truly has some great offerings in the thrill department and in the family department. And of course with its wildlife exhibits offers something completely different than any other Six Flags park. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, it is indeed worth a visit. Thank you guys so much for your time for watching. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe. I love making these. I would love to continue. Don't forget to check out a couple other of these videos, and we will see you guys next time.